how real what you just said?
Honestly?
When somebody starts with honestly, that's like somebody starting with no disrespect. If somebody says no disrespect, they about to say the most disrespectful thing you done ever heard in your life.
Here we go.
So no disrespect. Cam, I think, has a point. What I mean by that is Cam doesn't get treated like everybody else gets treated, and I don't have to look any further than a couple years back. The Panthers are playing the Tennessee Titans. Cam Newton, he's scoring. He goes into the end zone. He starts jigging. He starts dabbing. He starts dancing and whatnot. Remember, later on, Cam Newton gets a letter written to him by a Tennessee fan, and she says, because of where we sat, we had a close-up view of your conduct in the fourth quarter. The chest puffs, the pelvic thrusts, the arrogant struts, the in-your-face taunting. What? The pelvic thrust? There ain't no greater pelvic thrust than when Aaron Rodgers, with a discount double check. But you're never going to hear that same critique of an Aaron Rodgers because the discount double check is something, or Aaron Rodgers celebration is something a little more closely related to a person who wrote that letter. All that being said, Cam going to Boston, it does allow, going to the Patriots, it does allow the media to treat him and critique him unfairly because Cam has always been viewed differently than other quarterbacks. He doesn't fit the normal mold of a quarterback. He doesn't wear your Dickies khaki pants with your button down. He gonna come in there suited to a T with a scarf on his head, a little extra, a little more stylish, and that always rubs some people the wrong way. So now when you start losing, you better believe they're going to look for a reason to pinpoint and to nitpick, and that's what's happened with Cam Newton.
Yeah, they have always treated Cam unfairly. Going all the way back to the Florida days with him stealing the computer, whatever the hell happened at that situation. Not forgetting, everyone, this is not an adult. This is, just watching that unfold and him going to the junior college to return to Auburn. I think it got lost because he's so talented, because the spotlight was just being directly at him, that we sometimes lose the fact that that's a human being, that's an object. That's fine, because, hey, if you're going to be the man, it comes with some of these issues. It comes with the territory. But here's the thing, that once he got to the pros, and he had a tremendous rookie year, so you would think he answered the bell in terms of some of that criticism. But it just started to increase. And I knew it was unfair when Cam Newton would do all that dancing and first down and dabbing. But then he would walk to the railing right on the stadium wall and hand a ball to all types of kids, just baby's kids, bad kids, good kids, all these kids. And come on, I've been a fan before I was ever a player. Just to meet, I remember meeting Gaston Green. A lot of people probably don't even know who he is. And just going to a UCLA football camp, and I got to see Gaston Green. And Gaston Green signed my ball. And Gaston Green had a 2-second conversation with me. And I'm still talking about it, and I'm 45 years old. I'm lighting up right now. Cam Newton was doing that, and that got perceived as a selfish act, attention-seeking. When I saw that, I said, oh, we got to clean this lens or switch the lens, because they're not looking at Cam correctly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I think it's funny because so many people forget the good in Cam Newton and they nitpick at the bad. Now, again, I also think on the flip side, Cam Newton forgets a lot of the good and he focuses in on the bad. But to your point, we talk about Cam Newton, the great Cam Newton, handing balls to fans in the stands. Like, we forget how much of an impact positively that has. I remember I was maybe 10, 11, 12. Mike Williams, Jaguars receiver, throws a glove into the stands. I'm like, oh, my God, oh, my God. The fact that I remember my story and you remember your story decades later, and a decade and a half or 2 decades later, that just shows the positive impact that Cam Newton has had on so many people that he doesn't necessarily get the credit for. So is Cam treated unfairly? Yes. Now, has he earned some of that unfair treatment?
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
When you, Cam, take the paintbrush and you start painting, at first it may be a beautiful painting until you start messing up on the field. Now people are just going to be like, you just drew the same dart, so to speak, that now people are shooting arrows at. And that's what Cam Newton has kind of done. He's drawn a target on his back. When he succeeds, it's all fine and dandy. But when he doesn't succeed, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, great points, man. Look, Cam Newton, in terms of his ability, in terms of just looking at him, in terms of just your reception of Cam Newton, the phenomenon coming at you, When you break the norm, people won't treat you normally. That's just how the game goes. LeVar is back with us. LeVar, big dog, has the media treated Cam unfairly to you?
I got to be honest. Y'all was supposed to laugh.
We going deeper than this.
Here we go. Here we go. No, they have not been unfair to him. They have not treated him unfairly. To win the game is to understand the way the game is being played and then to come up with the proper game plan to implement to have a chance to win, right? Before Cam Newton came, there were plenty of black athletes, plenty of black quarterbacks that came that could possibly have the argument that they've been treated unfairly. But one thing you got to understand about media, they're very fickle and they're very, very weird. They're weird people. They're big fans, right? And so when you mess up with the media, they never let it go, ever. So you touched on it. When he got that situation in college with the laptop, that started it all. And I can relate to this because I was labeled something in college by the coaches, and it was always there. It was always looming if something didn't go the right way, right? So I understand this. The problem here with Cam is you're talking about a guy who has been flagrantly amazing as a football player and as an athlete. And doing so, take a look, like you guys touched on it, right? His fashion, he's a fashionista, right? This guy, he looks good, he dresses nice, and his personality fits that, right? So he's unapologetic. His mindset is, I don't really care what you think about me. I'm going to come out and I'm going to be the type of guy that I want to be. Now, this is interesting because with all of those things being said about how he is a cultural icon, how he is a fashionista, marches to his own beat and his own drum, his identity is based off of him ripping open his shirt and revealing the what? The Superman, right? All right, if you know, most of these media people are comic book cornballs, right? So when you think about it, you have now associated yourself with the nerdiest reporter in media, the nerdiest dude in media, and the humble servant when he's not the corny dude with no game. So he's not a fashionista when he's not Superman, and he's a humble servant when he's Superman, right? This is Cam Newton. These people, if you don't think they're dissecting these things and looking at it, Superman is considered to be American. All right, that's the American way. And now Cam is coming with this American way, but with his own stank. So they're not going to look at him giving the ball to the kids in the front row. I know Cam has been doing 7-on-7 teams for many years. He puts his own time, money, resources into these 7-on-7 deals, and nobody ever really covers it. Nobody ever pays attention to it. But yet in 2016, we'll take the bait. We'll take what's being out there. He walked off in one of the biggest moments of his career. Just walks out of the interview. Bam, check. Here it is. Now we can control him. Okay, 2017. He laughs at a woman reporter because she asked him about route progressions. Okay, let's jump on that and talk about that. Everybody in media is looking for story material. When you've put yourself on the radar as being story material worthy by how well you play, by how you dress, driving clicks, all kinds of different things, they are going to take the road less traveled, many times traveled rather than the road less traveled, and they're going to get the headline they're looking for, and it's going to stick.
You make a couple good points, man, because at first I was solely kind of on my side, but you were spinning some facts there. I will say that Cam, I'm still going to say Cam is treated unfairly, but I'm going to say he deserves the treatment that he gets. Cam, if he was just going to fall in line and be a company man, a la so many guys we see, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, etc., who are just not going to ruffle any feathers, then you get away with a little bit more because more than anything, you're just not drawing attention to yourself. You're just fitting in and disappearing. You're being present when you need to be, but outside of that, nobody's really talking about you. But Cam does everything to draw attention to Cam. It might not be intentional. I'm not going to sit here and say that Cam is some sort of narcissistic, attention-grabbing type of individual.
It's just who he is.
It's just who he is. Love it or hate it,
it's just who he is.
So Cam, since you've drawn attention to yourself, Since you said, hey, everybody, look at me, look at my outfit, look at the scarf on my head.
They gonna
then
see everything.
They gonna see everything under a microscope, and that's what Cam has to realize. So does he get treated unfairly? Yes, but he asked for the exact treatment that he's getting.
Yeah, it's a wild one, man. LeVar made some tremendous points, and I get it. I just think what comes with greatness is unfairness, but in part, it's unfair to get the abundant riches you get. Like, being real.